You're living abroad, earning in dollars or dirhams or pounds, and you keep watching India's economy grow, the stock market rise, and you wonder, can I actually invest in Indian mutual funds as an NRI? The answer is yes. But there are specific rules, accounts, taxes, and a few traps you need to know before you put in a single rupee. Stick around because in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to break down everything, step by step, in plain English. No jargon, no confusion. Let's go. Welcome to NRI Finance Simplified, the channel where we break down complex Indian finance topics so every NRI can make smart, confident money decisions. And if you're new here, hit subscribe. We post every week. Let's start with the most basic question. Is it even allowed? Yes. NRIs can legally invest in mutual funds in India under the Foreign Exchange Management Act, also known as FEMA, on both a repatriation and non-repatriation basis. NRIs cannot invest directly using foreign bank accounts. Investments must be routed through specific Indian NRI accounts. But there is one big exception we'll talk about in a minute, especially if you're based in the US or Canada. Stay tuned for that. Before you invest even 1 rupee in a mutual fund, you need the right bank account. And as an NRI, you have two options, NRE or NRO. Now I've done a full video on this, link in the description, but let me give you the quick version as it applies to mutual funds. NRE account is for foreign income and is fully repatriable. NRO account is for income earned in India. If investments are made through NRE accounts, the money and profits can be sent back abroad freely. If investments are made through NRO accounts, repatriation is limited to USD 1 million per financial year. Okay, you have the account. Now, how do you actually invest? Here are the 4 steps. Step 1. Choose your asset management company and complete your KYC. You'll need a passport and valid visa or residence permit, overseas address proof, your Indian PAN card, and bank account proof, NRE or NRO. Step 2. In-person verification. After submitting documents, a face-to-face verification is conducted either at the Indian embassy in your country, or you can appoint a power of attorney holder who is a resident Indian to act on your behalf. Step 3. Choose your fund. You can invest in equity funds, debt funds, hybrid funds, and even ELSS tax-saving funds. Same options as any Indian resident investor. Step 4. SIP or lump sum. SIP, Systematic Investment Plan, suits disciplined long-term investing, while a lump sum is better for deploying a surplus amount at once. And the good news? The process is now largely digital, so managing Indian mutual fund investments from abroad has become simpler than ever. The US and Canada exception. Now here's the part most videos skip, and it's very important if you're based in the US or Canada. NRIs in the USA or Canada must comply with stricter reporting and tax rules due to FATCA obligations and SEC regulations. Many fund houses restrict onboarding investors from these countries to avoid complex disclosure and reporting burdens. This doesn't mean you can't invest, but you need to specifically check which AMCs, asset management companies, allow US and Canada-based NRIs. Not all of them do. Always verify before signing up. Taxation. What gets deducted? This is the section most NRIs get confused about. And it's also where people lose money by not planning properly. Let's break it down simply. 1. Equity mutual funds. For equity mutual funds, gains from units sold within 12 months are taxed at 20%. That's short-term capital gains. Equity funds held for more than 12 months. Gains exceeding Rs 1,25,000 are taxed at 12.5% without indexation. That's long-term capital gains. 2. Debt mutual funds. Now for debt mutual funds, all gains are taxed at your income tax slab rate. But what is that slab rate for an NRI? It's the same slabs as resident Indians, starting from 0 up to 30% for income above 24 lakh. But, and this is critical, unlike a resident Indian who pays zero tax on income up to 12 lakh thanks to a rebate, as an NRI that rebate does not apply to you. Tax starts from the very first rupee above 4 lakh. So plan your debt fund investments carefully based on your total Indian income. Let's say you're an NRI in the UAE and you redeemed a debt mutual fund and made a gain of 6 lakh rupee in a year. Under the new tax regime, that 6 lakh gets added to your Indian income. The first 4 lakh is tax-free. 4 to 6 lakh is taxed at 5%. So your tax is just 10,000 plus 4% cess equals 10,400. But if your total Indian income is 25 lakh, that same 6 lakh gain pushes you into the 25 to 30% bracket, and the tax bill becomes much larger. This is why knowing your total Indian income picture before investing in debt funds matters hugely. 3. ELSS mutual funds. ELSS funds invest at least 80% in equity, so they are classified as equity-oriented funds. Because of the mandatory 3-year lock-in period, any redemption from ELSS will always result in long-term capital gains, never short-term. The LTCG from ELSS is taxed the same way as equity funds. First, Rs 1.225 lakh is completely exempt, and gains beyond that are taxed at 12.5%. The TDS factor. An important difference for NRIs is that tax deducted at source, TDS, is applied at the time of redemption. The fund house deducts tax before crediting your amount. DTA, Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement. NRIs should check whether a double taxation avoidance agreement exists between India and their country of residence. This can help avoid being taxed twice on the same income. India has DTA with over 88 countries, so chances are your country is covered. So to summarize, yes, NRIs can invest in Indian mutual funds. Use NRE for repatriable investments, NRO for Indian income. Complete KYC with your passport, PAN, and an address proof. Be aware of TDS and use DTA to avoid double taxation. US and Canada NRIs. Check AMC restrictions first. If you found this helpful, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow and reach more NRIs who need this information. Subscribe so you don't miss our next video. Drop your questions in the comments. See you in the next video.